Deckham.
You keep saying this term closing cost. Are you talking about like one big lump sum, or are these all these little tic-tacky fees that add up into a big number?
So that's a great question. So, you've got what's called prepaids and closing costs, right? So closing costs are going to be your taxes, your insurances, right? Those are you've got to pay those. Those are your tax and insurances are what's called prepaids, right? Everybody loops it in, but I know, because this is what I do, there's a big difference between prepaids and closing costs. Some contracts, they write, hey, we're willing to pay, put 3% towards your prepaid, your taxes and insurances. But for the sake of discussing this, your closing costs is your taxes, your insurances, any costs that I've got, right? Processing fees. If you buy a discount point, any points that you buy.
I did that. Now that just got rolled into the loan, though, right?
Well, if it's rolled in, you did that, but it was part of, you bought it because it was part of your down payment. We gave you that number, and you just put it towards it because you took the winnings from your home sale. But if you're a first-time home buyer, so for you, it rolled over. You got the check from Johnny. You went, you walked into the other room, closed on your house in Texas, and you put that money down. Well, those costs were in there. So it didn't literally technically come out of your pocket, so to speak. Right. So now what you're looking at is, you've got title costs. You've got all these costs that accumulate. And so my thing is, let's let the seller pay that. Let's let the seller win and you win. Right? That house that's sitting on the market for 75 days, unless it's a dump, chances are it's sitting at that number because it's a must, like we talked about earlier. Is it a nice to have or a must have? So don't go insult them on that $200,000 home going, oh, it's been on the market 75 days. I'm going to go in at 165. Folks, that's not happening. It's not going to happen. Right? That's just not.
All right, so when you talk about these closing costs, does that include the commission for the realtors?
No. Nope.
That's not a closing cost?
No.
That's just a whole separate animal?
That has nothing to do. That's right. That's a whole separate animal that's listed out separately. So why not let in that first year, let that seller pay your homeowner's insurance. Let them pay that flood insurance. Let them pay your taxes. Right? Then if you're escrowing it, when the next year comes, if you don't refinance, guess what? It's already handled. It's already taken care of. So now you're ahead of the game. So that 6% in closing costs or whatever it is, I don't care if you could get $5,000 in closing costs on a $400,000 loan. Yeah, you could get up to, 6% of that. Great. I can get 20-something grand. I get it. Not going to happen, right? And here's what I'll tell you, James, and I tell my buyer, we're never giving anything back to we're not going back to the seller going, hey, we couldn't use up all your monies. Here's some money back. No, that's what we do there is we help our buyer buy down the interest rate, get those discount points, right? We'll use it for that so their loan is better. Let's let the seller look at doing that.